Hi, my name is Chris Ryan and you've joined me here at Finca Cortesín in Spain. We're on the putting green and I'm going to show you a method that you can use when you play to make every single putt you hit very, very simple. So, welcome back to Spain at this absolutely stunning golf course. This is Finca Cortesín here, southern Spain, and this is one of the top 5 courses in Spain. I'm sure you'll agree, it looks absolutely fantastic. I haven't had a chance to play the course yet, but hopefully I'm going to get a few holes tomorrow. So we're talking putting, and I'm going to show you how you can make every single putt you hit seem very, very easy. Now, obviously we appreciate that every putt isn't easy, but it's a technique that you can use when you play golf to just increase your confidence a little bit when you're putting. And we know that confidence is such a huge part of putting. If you're low on confidence, it's very difficult to perform well. So we need to start very, very close to the hole. I've given myself here a putt which is probably just over a foot in length. Now, if I asked all of you to set up to this ball and asked, could you confidently hold that putt? I'm pretty hopeful that you'd all say yes. I'm fairly hopeful that you'd all stand there and you could hold that putt. Probably 100 times out of 100 without any worries at all. If I said, do you have confidence in doing that? I'm sure you'd say, yes, I feel very confident I can hold that putt. So now let's go for a more difficult putt. So now we've got a far more difficult putt. This is the same green, but I'm obviously probably getting close to some 35, 40 feet away. And having read this putt, there's a big, big break from left to right here. Yes, this is a more difficult putt. Let's not get that wrong. But we can simplify it. So what if I said to you, a foot in front of your golf ball was a hole. So imagine a hole that was here. Could you hold that putt? As we've just established, you'd say yes. So what about if I said to you, okay, well, take your setup and hold that putt, just hit it really hard. So what actually happened is you'd hit that putt, it wouldn't go in the hole because the ball would have too much pace, but you would hit it on the line at the hole, but much, much harder. And what would happen is the ball would travel and it would end up somewhere. So if I've read this putt, which I have, and I know it comes from the left, and I've done all my research, I've kind of maybe walked around or whatever method that you use to read the greens, what I'd then like to do is what we call spot putting. So I would then, once I've chosen my line, I would pick a spot on that line. Now I've actually used a gate here, but you might just want to visualize the hole that you're putting to. So what I'm now doing is I'm setting up to this ball, and even though this is let's say a 40-foot putt with, let's say, 6 feet of break, that sounds difficult. If I'm over this ball thinking I'm hitting a 40-foot putt with 6 feet of break, it's going to go left to right, my confidence is going to be low. What I'm actually doing over this ball is I'm thinking, can I hit my ball through that gate and just a bit harder than I would for a normal 1-foot putt? Well, I probably can do that. It sounds much, much simpler. So I think I've left that a little bit short, so the pace was wrong. I was actually worried about hitting the gate, but you can see the line. So what I've really done there mentally is I've just hit a 1-foot putt, which we've established we can all do. I've just hit it much harder. So I've simplified the task. We know the task isn't easy, it's a tough putt. But rather than being over the ball and thinking about being a 40-foot putt with a lot of break, and if it's left to right, there's a good chance that you might push the ball or look up a little early because you know, you're not confident. We're trying to simplify that and say, well, actually, every single putt that you hit is a straight putt. You just aim that in different directions and hit them at different paces. So once I take the gate away, because obviously you wouldn't have that on the course, I'm doing the same thing. I'm picking a spot. There's actually a little blemish on the green there, which is, it's actually pretty hard to find blemishes on these greens, but I'm picking a spot. So once I'm setting up, picking that spot, can I roll my ball over that spot? Well, I can, and that's probably a little bit better pace that time. So I'm trying to simplify the task, and that's really what we're talking about in this video. Putting is not easy, but once you've done your research, you've read it, you've got the slope, you've gauged the slope, you've picked your line, try and simplify that down. Hit a 1-foot putt. It's dead straight every single time you hit that putt. You just hit it different distances depending on where the hole is. And that's something which can help a lot of golfers because it's not technical. We're not changing strokes, we're not changing setups. A lot of people can hit straight putts. It just becomes more difficult when there's slopes involved because those slopes get inside our head and we react to those slopes based on where the hole is, and that starts to change our putting stroke. If we can contain that and say it's a straight putt, it makes it a lot easier. The task seems more achievable and the results are often better. Certainly better than that first one. The second one's a little bit better, actually had too much pace, but again, you can see the read was good, and that was a tricky putt with a lot of break, so I've managed to get those not too far away. So give that a go next time you play. It takes a bit of practice because it changes a bit of the way you mentally approach it, but I think it can certainly help you, especially on those long ones with a lot of break, which a lot of people struggle with. It's certainly going to help you two putt a little bit more often. If we can get rid of three putts, we can drop most people's score because lots of golfers have a couple of three putts on their card. Right, huge thank you to Finger Quarter Zen for hosting me. I'm sure you'll agree the course looks fantastic. If you're ever in the area, definitely worth playing. It is one of the top 5 courses in Spain. I've only been here, this is my first day, but I can certainly see why it is ranked in the top 5. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff is down below. Comments box, like button. And also, if you're not a subscriber, hit the link over there. That will allow you to do that. And hopefully together, we can make you play some better golf this year. Thanks for watching.